All right, during tonight's massive rally in Ohio, President Trump issued an urgent call pushing Congress to finally get rid of Obamacare and to replace it with something that actually works for you, the American people. It's time for these guys in the swamp, in the sewer here in D.C. to get to work. Take a look.
We're now one step closer to liberating our citizens from this Obamacare nightmare and delivering great health care for the American people. We're going to do that, too. The Senate is working not only to repeal Obamacare, but to deliver great health care for the American people. Any senator who votes against repeal and replace is telling America that they are fine with the Obamacare nightmare, and I predict they'll have a lot of problems.
I predict he's right, but repealing and replacing Obamacare is not the only urgent task on the president's agenda. Now listen to the president earlier tonight reassuring the American people that building the wall on our southern border is not just an empty campaign promise. Watch this.
After spending billions of dollars defending other nations' borders, we are finally defending our borders. Don't even think about it. We will build the wall. Don't even think about it. I watch the media as they say, well, he just had some fun during the campaign on the wall. That wasn't fun, folks. We're building that wall, and walls do work, and we're going to have great people come into our country, but we're not going to put ourselves through the problems that we've had for so many years.
Is Congress listening? Now, the president also promised to drive out violent cartel-linked gangs and to put an end, finally, to sanctuary cities once and for all. Take a listen.
The predators and criminal aliens who poison our communities with drugs and prey on innocent young people, these beautiful, beautiful, innocent young people, will find no safe haven anywhere in our country. And that is why my administration is launching a nationwide crackdown on sanctuary cities. American cities should be sanctuaries for law-abiding Americans, for people that look up to the law, for people that respect the law, not for criminals and gang members that we want the hell out of our country.
Now, the president also spoke about lowering taxes in tonight's speech. Please, lower taxes. Please, stop burdening us. Watch this.
My administration is working every single day to heed and honor the will of the voters. That includes working on one of the biggest tax cuts in American history. And actually, if I get what I want, it will be the single biggest tax cut in American history. We have the highest taxes anywhere in the world, and this will really bring them down to one of the lowest. And we really have no choice. We will have growth. We will have everything that we've dreamed of having. It's time to let Americans keep more of their own money. It's time to bring new companies to our shores and to create a new era of growth, prosperity, and wealth.
What a great idea. Let's get Americans back to work, back in the labor force, and, of course, out of poverty and off of food stamps. Republicans, what do you stand for? Now, the president's rally didn't just include plans for the future. He also touted a long list of accomplishments. Now, despite what the left-wing mainstream establishment media is reporting, well, the president, he's been very busy the last 6 months working on trying to push through his bold agenda, despite pretty much zero help from any Democrats and, frankly, weak Republicans. And here's the president talking about what he has accomplished so far these last 6 months.
Our Second Amendment is very, very sound again. That would have been gonzo. It would have been gone. We've eliminated burdensome regulations at record speed, and many, many more are coming off. And boy, have we put those coal miners and coal back on the map. You've seen that, huh? We've achieved a historic increase in defense spending to get our troops the support they so richly deserve. We have signed new legislation to hold federal workers accountable for the care they provide to our great veterans. To protect American jobs and workers, I withdrew the United States from both the Trans-Pacific Partnership potential disaster and the job-killing Paris Climate Accord, believe me. Unemployment last month hit a 16-year low. Since my election, we've added much more than 1 million jobs.
Believe it or not, you're never going to hear that in mainstream media, and what you just heard is only a fraction of what the president has actually accomplished. Also tonight, in true Trump fashion, the president fought back against his critics. The best part of the speech. Watch this.
Sometimes they say he doesn't act presidential. And I say, hey, look, great schools, smart guy. It's so easy to act presidential, but that's not going to get it done. In fact, I said, it's much easier, by the way, to act presidential than what we're doing here tonight, believe me. And I said, with the exception of the late, great Abraham Lincoln, I can be more presidential than any president that's ever held this office. That I can tell you.
Do we really want a president who just acts? Tonight, the president sent a very important message that will reverberate across America and into the swamp and sewer that is Washington, D.C., where I am tonight. And the president's not going to sit idly by and watch Congress fumble his agenda. He's going to take his message again and again directly to you, the American people. It's time to put pressure on lawmakers to finally do their job and get something done.